little monster.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Make sure that he's able to kind of get out of dodge and reposition themselves as well. But I gotta notice something really cheeky that we've never seen all day. The Rune Judge placed a ward on his red side entrance, and then he backed and got a red trinket, man. First time we've seen that today. A lot of high elo junglers do it. So I'm really happy that he's the one who does it, because this is a you could say losing jungle match because Sejuani he is not too good into the Volibear, man.
Yeah, Volibear is gonna have a fun time with this matchup. Can really just kind of the farm, the clear speed is still there for Volibear. Has Predator this time, so we were talking about, you know, Volibear being that person that wants to go for the dive, can try to find the backline access. Well, with Predator and, you know, with Chemtank and Deadman's Blade, it is going to be rather easy to do that.
And also last game too, Schooner just has a tendency of playing like these mad dives. You know, he played Olaf. Fortunately, didn't really have a good performance on that because the early game
Plays
that happened.
Zhao as well.
Plays in Zhao. You know, he likes to kind of play these kind of styles. With Rune Judge though, he's kind of been okay, just being pretty flexible, and that's one thing I have noticed for Greed is that, you know, they are a lot more versatile when it comes to their champion pool so far. And I'm kind of digging it, man. It's giving them a lot more versatility when it comes to the way they want to draft.
Man, I just want Kohaku to sign my account, man. he said he said sure, but it didn't sound very like a confident like, yeah, I'll do it. So Oscar after this game.
Well, you're fanboying, man.
These guys nuts. This guy's so good.
That's the thing though, like it's really hard to engage with a fan. He's like, "What? Why do you want?" Okay, I guess.
He's not on Thresh. So to be fair, he's not on Thresh. So
yeah.
We'll maybe Kohaku is just gonna smurf it on Karma, or just is like, maybe he's a Thresh one trick. It happens, but we'll have to wait and see. They're gonna have early priority on the bot lane, which means, you know, we're just trading scuttles. We're doing a little bit of vertical juggling for right now. Both jugglers saying, I don't want my sixth camp. I want Gromp, or I want the Rift Herald right now, or the scuttle. Oh my god, I cycled through 3 juggles. And
it's been a long day. It's been a long day.
Yeah, they're gonna cycle through priority. They're gonna look inside of each other's jungle, say, guys, why there's no camps here? And then they're gonna walk right back over.
I mean, this is what we expected though, right? Because we take a look at their strong side and their weak side. Terra Crow should be their strong side, with Rune Judge playing towards his melee top laner. Unknown Yasuo and Camcom should be the strong side on the bottom end because of, you know, we just take a look at the lane priority and just the matchup itself. We just kind of outrange, outgun them, and just influence the wave. But what's surprising though is the strong side of Greed between Crow and Rune Judge is that Crow ain't doing too hot, man. He's down a wave right now. The opening of where Rune Judge could have gotten a gank, Animal was already aware and he backed up at the right time. It's pretty good on him.
Yo, Animal with the cheaters. Hello? Man,
I know.
I'm getting massive cheaters here.
He's the top lane who's cheated like every time he's been on stream, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
anytime we see them play, every time we see Animal play, this guy gets like at least, like, he tries to get a cheater every game. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's been rather consistent. I'm loving the consistency out of him, and just the fact that he's going for these.
Yeah, Nick's been feeding him something different, man. I'm pretty sure.
True. True.
Nick's
if you want to be able to play like this, you can go ahead, sign up for Cloud9 Training Grounds on their website, and if you want, there's a couple discount codes out there. If you look for the coaches, I'm sure that Nick, our producer, would love to give you one if he had one. If he has one, we'll find out in a little bit.
Find out more.
I might just start posting it in Twitch chat. You never know. But it's just fantastic. If you want to learn more about this is all what this training grounds is about: teaching young individuals how to be able to play this game at a higher level and kind of elevating their gameplay. Such as, you know, Animal right now taking a really good trade against Terra Crow and sitting there with a little bit of extra items. But we're fighting now.
Yeah, Scootin had a complete awareness that they were already on the dragon. He prior in to make sure he gets
off. Back.
Well, this is a 4-on-4 around this dragon. The dragon's already reset. I'm not sure they want to continue because no one is level 6. Flash stare! Stunned by Scootin means that first blood is going to go over to King Mao. Finally, an answer back from game 1 going to game 2 over to the Bromo Sapiens.
Yeah, super weird that they're opting to go for this fight. They feel probably really compelled to kind of fight for this dragon, but remember, you are the weak side on the bot lane here. Like, you're playing Kaisa and Karma. You don't have that same kill threat that maybe Misfortune or Tristana would have with the Thresh. you are playing for, we're scaling in the bot lane. We're going to look to play around our top side, get Rift Scuttles, trade early Drakes against this Volley Bear, and hopefully, the advantages that we get in the opposite side of the map are enough to kind of offset what we've given up in trade. But even in that fight, like Big Fable's just running through his mana bar at the same time. So it was only a matter of time before they were at a disadvantage.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, that's a good little answer from the side of Romo Sapiens, man. Calling him out on it, and along with that animal, and pushing Terracrow out. He's going to lose his big wave, too. So
That's huge. Yeah, he has to use the TP here.
Yeah,
and this is so good because now he'll hit all these minions. Terracrow will push this wave out, and Animal, he doesn't have to spend the TP, but he can and just move straight up into top lane, and he loses nothing for it.
Yeah, fortunately, we're on a little bit of pause for right now. I'm going to be seeing what the issue is. But regardless, yeah, Scoon is just lagging right now, unfortunately. So hopefully we'll get that fixed ASAP. But good stuff on the squad of Bromo Sapiens. Even though Terracrow should have a winning 2-on-2, we haven't really seen 2-on-2, so it's a little bit unfortunate.
It does. I mean, they never have to 2v2, right? Like they can find maybe a binding, but the shielding from Karma makes it really difficult. Not only that, but they're already up almost 20 CS in the lane, which is a fine victory if you're going to be sitting here. The bot wave is just now going to arrive. It's going to then slow push back towards them. If Kai'Sa doesn't take a back right now, she only has 171, so it looks like she's just going to literally try to push this wave back out. She picked up an early Dirk here. Interesting enough. So 1100 gold is kind of what we'll see the purchase here. Going to delay that mythic just a little bit longer, but not much doing in the early game.
Yeah.
CS advantages across the board for Bromo Sapiens.
And this is one thing I'm actually wondering for Greed. Kohaku from his OPGG, from what he's played ranked and what he's played so far today, it's very clear he has a fundamental playstyle he likes to go for, right, Dimitri? He is an engaged support. He is a roaming support. He is someone who wants to get that vision and be a person who initiates a lot of things. Karma is that kind of champion. Even though he can be very versatile and play on the bot side, the tools that you offer when you're playing in champ support is very different from being engaged. You're helping out the engage go in. You're helping out your backline hide away. A lot of different tools come through, and that's why I'm kind of worried when it comes to the overall change of the playstyle of what Team Greed is going for.
He only died once. It happens.
It's
a
once.
New champion. It's once, and we were just praising this team for their ability to be, flexible in the draft and play multiple different styles. I don't want to
I am worried though.
I'm worried too, but I'm willing. You got to give them a chance to fail. Let these kids fail once so that they can pick themselves back up and find success. Maybe in a different avenue, but still, it's still early. I'm still willing to say like, hey, maybe Kohaku can turn it around.
He is roaming right now with Rune Judge into the top side jungle, and control from themselves too. So he's still doing the same game plan of playing for neutral objectives, which is really good. But if a binding lands, it means the snare is going to land, and BLK is not going to have a fun time because it is a low range AD and has to deal with two long range backliners. But regardless, Retrail is going to get started up for themselves, and they are going to take this.
This is exactly what you should do in this lane, by the way. If you're playing Karma and Kai'Sa versus this lane matchup, like specifically with this draft, this is exactly what you do in this situation. You literally leave Kai'Sa to solo farm for a little bit. You move with your jungler, and you try to establish vision in the top side as they're going to start for this fight now.
Oh man, he wants Kohaku real bad, but instead Kohaku has to flash away. They want their sights on the Terracrow. A two-man shockwave from King Mao is going to do it. Kohaku actually managed to get Scootin back in, and that means that we take a look at Greed. They're actually turning it around off of Rune Judge and off of Terracrow. Big Fable is going to try and go for the laser, but that's not going to do anything else here on the bottom side. BLK is going to get snared up. Her call comes through, lands one, misses the second, misses the third. Gets the fourth, but it's not gonna kill. He's gonna have to flash forward and heal forward and get the snare back in with a deadly flourish. And that means he's gonna answer back on the bot end.
Just has to be able to play safe. It's very difficult in this sense. This is probably why you want to take cleanse in this matchup, but either way, good job from the bot lane. And in the top side, some small decision making kind of turns the end of that fight, right? We see a massive shockwave, but King Mao not able to land enough damage back on the end of that to kind of get the last couple of kills and transfer that kind of execute finally. So 2 kills going over Kohaku and Rune Judge. Not the best players you want to have that on, but still with Rift Herald in your back pocket, this will allow them to at least open up one of these lanes coming in the next few minutes.
Or even though they're still winning on the neutral objectives, the goal lead is still in favor for the Bromo Sapiens. It's all for those laning, that laning, right? Top lane, big CS lead, bot lane, big CS lead, jungle, big CS lead too, as we mentioned during that pause. And this is where, that kind of cost, that's going to cost you whenever you're dedicating resources to get these neutral objectives. If the opponent is just laning and they're laning perfectly fine and winning, how much do you have to pay before you start paying that kind of CS lead, that CS tax?
I'll pay it for that Rift Herald and 2 kills any day of the week.
I don't know, man.
They did crack a plate, and the next one is rather low, but fortification should save that for them. You take a look at where they're kind of pressing themselves. The jungler and mid laner are currently sitting down bot sides trying to steal this blue. Yeah. Who got it? Okay, so Skoon did have to. He had to smite it. So that's good. Yeah. It does apply a little bit of pressure, but with Drake coming up in 20 seconds, this could be where they start to continue their lead on the side of Greed. Oh. Yeah,
big laser coming from King Mao. He has to back away. No, he's gonna get melted from that laser, man. You can't be standing there getting knocked up like that. But that means that King Mao, he's off the table for 20 seconds. Dragon's right coming up right now, Dimitri. Not having a mid laner there is going to be pretty detrimental if you guys want to fight around this dragon.
Yeah, and you can't even TP your Gnar right now because he's mega. By the time he lands, he's going to be mini Gnar, and I'm sure that Terracrow is not going to allow him to go for this as he jumps out. Curtain Call opens up, and it looks like they're going to try and go onto Fable.
Well, Fable's actually split off though. 3 of the 2 shots have already made through. 2 of the 4 shots have made through. Teleport's coming in. Scuba managed to take him down. Terracrow stops the TP at the cost of his own life, my man, and that means this Ocean Drake is going to be going over to the Bromo Sapiens.
Oh man, they weren't able to execute fast enough. Once you see that Orianna go down, there has to be a snap call right there from the side of Bromo, or from Greed to just finish the dragon. You need to do it before King Mao respawns and is able to teleport, but not in time. And Bromo Sapiens, they correctly execute. I love the fact that we're seeing this from them. Animal, yet again, being a fantastic top laner. This time doesn't have to deal with the Malphite infinite scaling that he did last game. And across the board, we're starting to see Bromo Sapiens feel it's coming through in their play. It's so much more comfortable for them in this match.
It's honestly working out wonders. RuneJudge is going to use the Rift Herald on the bottom side to get him some plates, but I think that was a mistake, man. I don't think he wanted to go for the Rift Herald. I think he actually wanted to go for the sweep here. Definitely a big waste. Kohaku's going to get stunned up. Forced to use a heal from his ally AD. Skoon now going to be the main target here. He's going to be looking to see if he can go down. Shadow comes through, barely alive, but it's going to be a trade of the junglers at the end of the day. However, Kohaku picks up that kill, and King Mao picks up the other.
Huge win. Is still huge trade right there. The Rift Herald does not die before it slams into the turret. 100 HP left on it, and there's still a minimum amount of damage that it will do, so they won't even get this next plate. They lost 2 plates in the meantime, so RuneJudge will pick up a ton of gold off of that death. Still only 40 gold behind Scootin. And while it is a small gold injection for King Mao, we're seeing it time and time again between these 2 teams, trading small objectives here and there. We traded 2 plates. Yes, we got the kill, but it's all about that give and take, right? Like, what is your opportunity cost and what are you willing to risk for it? They obviously are able to risk their jungler's life and able to cash in a little bit there.
Right now, we look at Bromo Sapiens. Gale Force being picked up for unknown Yasuo. It's going to be a good item spec for himself.
Yep.
Helps him dodge on, weave in and out of these long-range CC. Still pretty close to a neck and neck. The only thing that has been going over in favor for Bromo Sapiens is Dragon Control, which has been a breath of fresh air.
Yep, they're able to contest this time. Weird what having bot lane priority does to getting you dragon. How bizarre.
3 plates now.
And look at this, they're trying to control some of this vision yet again. Kohaku taking control of other side of the vision. You have Rift Herald up in 16 seconds. And at this point, with turret plates down, if you're bot lane kingdom, you're like, okay, cool. There's no more extra gold for them. They can take this turret, and guess what? Like, I'll just have like a free wave. And with a bunch of members going missing, they actually have so much vision in this river that they'll see Vel'Koz coming down. They know something's gonna go down. Don't want to risk it too much, but saves the turret, saves an extra wave, and even though he's 50 CS down at this point, be okay. Pretty, I want to say he's kind of sitting pretty, even though he's in such a tough position.
Yeah, it's honestly pretty tough right now. I mean, this was up, what, 50 CS? 40 CS right now? Look at what RuneJudge is doing, though. He's going for a gigantic lap around the jungle. Try and counter the red buff take right now. Just because he does see Scootin on the top side, too. Kind of like this movement. If he wants to opt in for an opening play on the bottom side, you know, Romo Sapiens, they have no awareness of it.
Yeah, they're not even trading. It looks like Scootin just wants to jump right on in.
My God, that's a freaking fast bear. Big Fable. He's an octopus. I don't know if bears eat octopus, but this bear does, and he's definitely going to take that.
This is what I was trying to tell you, Will, man. This is what I was trying to point out to you. Like, Volibear goes in, just turns off the turret. There's your dive, buddy. You having fun now.
Yeah.
They're landing a little bit of poke onto the bot side, but RuneJudge is here. Ultimate goes wide. Gale Force.
Oh, that's pretty unfortunate, though, but a lot of flashes coming in. Teleport's coming through. Current Call comes in. One lands. Second lands. Third one's going to land, too. Fourth one is going to connect. Animal is trying to go in for the chase flash with the bind comes through. RuneJudge is going to be the main target. They want to see it going in. Animal goes for a gigantic sweep with the ultimate. Scootin's on the back line, going to slam through, and many animals are on the plate. Double kill comes out big for the Animal in the top lane. Animal himself sitting here 3-0-1 with a big lead for the Bromo Sapiens.
Fantastic. As soon as that ult misses, you just need to get out of dodge. That is a done play at that point. Kohaku flashes forward to try and help out his jungler, but all three of them go down. Big Fable himself off of that. They did a perfect gank surf right there, where on the side of Bromo Sapiens, they gank mid lane, they kill the mid laner, take the turret, move down bot lane, crash that turret, grab it for themselves. So a bunch of gold just got injected into their system almost immediately. And while they lose one on the opposite side, they're going to be perfectly set up for this next Drake.
Yeah, and now we're going in. Animal, he just had like a clairvoyance on that teleport. Like, he was ready for it, and then he slowed down BLK and RuneJudge to set up for that, for the ultimate for himself to slam to the wall. Like, Animal hasn't really had he hasn't been able to 1v9, but every time he is doing a good job, like, he is doing a fantastic job.
I'll consider that Camille game a 1v9, even
that
though
Camille game was near 1v9.
Goodbye, Kohaku.
Oh man, that's it. Kohaku falls down, and that means that dragon should be theirs. This is his whole point, Dimitri. They're gonna get this for free.
Yeah, and it is Cloud Soul, right? So there's so much movement speed for this team that really kind of needs it. And getting ultimate speed, getting movement speed after casting ultimate for people like Morgana, for people like Volibear is just huge. So 18,000, it's almost 18 minutes, 10,000, and we're at the 5,000. We have 5,000 gold for the Bromo Sapiens. They have complete control of this map. Top lane is going to be really fragile if they ever decide to go up there, because now he's the lone tier 1 turret there.
I mean, we see Yasuo and Camcom moving up towards the top side already. Now they're setting up the vision here. They're searching for King Mao, though. We do have a ward in that tri-bush, who just does land at the Glacial Prison, but no one is there to follow up. So he'll be able to walk away scot-free.
It's close. He's setting it up for themselves. And this is what we were talking about, the dyssynergy, or, you know, it was kind of confusing where they wanted to take their draft, especially with how early on they picked the set, or the Sejuani. If you're going to pick the set, you need to play around it. You need to invest resources in it. But it seems the knee-jerk reaction was, hey, bot lane is losing, come down here right now. Oh, look, I'll say it right now. I'm a bot laner. I complain a lot. I complain way too much. It's like, I'm losing my lane. It happens with the meta, too. Where like, wow, like 80 carry items suck, please buff, and then they made them all really good, like Gale Force. And speaking of, you know, Camcom, I'm glad you got that one. I'm rooting for you, bud. But that was Kohaku kind of standing in an awkward position, not really sitting there with the team.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, man. I think Kohaku isn't, you know, playing a champion that isn't really oriented towards the way he wants to play. You know, if he was playing someone with Thresh, playing someone with Hook, he can easily just cause a re-engage if he wanted to. With these Enchanted Sports, if you get hooked up, you get bind up. You can't really re-engage. It's really hard to do so unless you have a certain champion. that can, maybe like Morgana, if you have, and you have like a stopwatch, you know. But with this, you bind up, you're definitely going down. 4 deaths on his side, and right now, Bromo Sapiens are kind of dismantling the rest of these outer turrets.
We're looking at this. It looks like they're going to try and start to posture for a Baron. It's incredibly slow. If they want, they can save Baron as kind of like a bait objective just to start to kind of pull them in. You know, we have the Black Vortex that is all the Elder Drakes, you know, all the Elder objectives. They start to slowly converge. Everybody starts to slowly move themselves across the map onto these objectives. And really, they don't even need to take the Baron. They just need to be able to force a fight and force them to try and trade for some resources across the map. So they want, that's what they can do. Otherwise, they can continue this. There's no emphasis on them to start the fight. They can always just outpoke them. They have extra damage on their range, and if they really need to get onto this backline, if they need to die for a turret, we saw it once before. Skuin and King Mao link up together and end some, you know, make it real messy under the turret.
And I like this idea of what they're doing too, right? Where they're pushing all 3 lanes and getting some vision in, taking some camps away. It's usually what you want to do if you don't want to do the Baron, is just strip away these camps so that Rune Judge is unable to farm. Even though he is tank, you know, he doesn't really need all that farm, but it is a good takeaway and a good denial from it all. Dragon is coming up in the next minute 30, and both of them are looking to see if they can set this up.
Oh!
Maku not going to get hit up by that shockwave, unfortunately. As King Mao wants to actually progress, Terror Crow going to get slowed up for just a bit. Current Call comes through. One's only going to land, and it's going to force a flash from Terror Crow. But Animal's already in the mid lane. Stribear comes through. Skoon, he's trying to run on all 4, but he gets stunned up with that ice. But now you take a look at Terror Crow. He's the one who's getting stunned up again. Skoon's going to flash forward with that slam. Botlane Kingdom is in the wrong side, on the wrong end. He has to flash over, but everyone's flashing over. And we take a look at Noyaso. He's a Jin, man. He's flashed forward to join in on the party to help everyone else dive. Triple kill comes out for Skoon too. Animal is trying to see if he can land that house, land that satellite. He's not going to get it, but regardless, that's 1 person for 4, Dimitri. It's a gigantic change from last game.
Yeah, 15-5. It's back to the one-sided games. 9,000 in favor of Bromo Sapiens, and now they have just absolute pick of the litter. They can go for whatever they want. They can go for the resets. They can pick up more of these jungle camps, starve more of the members of Greed from gold and experience, and then, you know, get everything that they want. They can have their cake and eat it too. Grab the Cloud Soul for themselves and then set up for a Baron. I saw a couple pings coming out from their jungler saying, hey guys, Baron is available. And now we'll start to see the rest of Greed start to funnel into the choke. They need to make some kind of miracle play happen.
I don't know, man. It's real tough. This is Soul Point. They're going to be forced to walk up. They're down a lot of summoners, man. Everyone's down flash except Rune Judge, and he's the tank. We take a look at King Mao. He's sitting pretty. He's looking to see if he can land a really good shockwave right now. But look at this choke control. It's so good.
Yeah, especially with Orianna. Orianna is starting to become like the pick of the series. Ultimate lands on the 2.
That's 2 men, but the Glacial Storm's going to answer back. Anonyasu managed to get the snipe on a 1 and the snipe on a 2, snipe on a 3. Skoon kind of see if he can move forward. He's running rampant, and with all this move speed, with King Mao steroiding everyone else up, that's going to be 4 more back in favor for the Bromo Sapiens, man. They're teleporting into the mid lane, Dimitri. They want to end this game and move on to game 3 because they know they got this.
Okay, wait, Botlane Kingdom doesn't have the ultimate. King Mao kind of just distracting him. Has to just say this. They have a massive wave about to come in. They have 2, 1 already there, 1 on the way. They say we don't even need the cloud, and the shutdown does go over. This does end up kind of slowing down the game. King Mao could have used the TP if they are able to kind of survive that for long enough. So only an inhibitor and another 5 minutes, it seems, were purchased from the side of Greed by their bot laner.
Yeah. But with that being said, though, this should be Soul Point. Cloud Soul is going to be going over to the crew of the Bromo Sapiens. Once they get this, they're just going to call in for the reset and set up the only neutral objectives on the table, Dimitri. It's going to be that purple worm. It's going to be the Baron. And knowing that they've won many fights back-to-back, I don't think Greed has a chance of winning this next fight unless a damn miracle happens out of nowhere.
They can maybe steal the Baron, but again, it just stalls out the game for another 2 minutes, right? Like, you steal Baron, you're able to smite it, you do lose your jungler, but Baron will just keep the waves at bay. They don't have, we're looking at King Mao as the main wave clear, but you never know. Things happen. There's a where there's a will, there's a way. It's 10,000 gold and a cloud soul here for Bromo Sapiens. They want to take us to a game 3 as much as possible.
Yeah.
And it's looking like it right now, right? You've got a huge advantage across the lanes. Almost every single one has that lane, has that CS advantage that we were talking about earlier, just expounded on even further. And now Big Fable, he's still Vel'Koz, right? Like, I mean, yes, he's down. He doesn't have a level 16 ultimate, but the true damage is all the same when it comes into a team fight.
He also opted for the Cosmic Drive too, just so he can provide a little more utility for the rest of the team. They don't know that there's a ward in the pixel and everywhere else, so Team Greed are gonna have complete awareness of this.
Okay.
They're definitely calling for the teleports to call in, but Rune Judge, he's around the corner.
Okay, Big Fable, he's TP'd really far away from the objective. It's 5,000. It's going on a little bit slow. Watch, King Mao is here. They do have it on a ward. Oh my god.
Deathmark gets used. A gigantic no-alter from Animal is going to come through. Shockwave's going to clip 2 of them. That's going to be a pretty big damn wipe here. BLK is going to see if he can come through. Terracrow managed to take down Unknown Yasuo, but look at Scootin', man. He's running rampant. He's going everywhere. He's literally saying, yo, Jesus, take the wheel, because this is a fast bear walking through. He's walking through, man. Rune Judge, look at him! Jesus! Take the wheel! Get the board!
He has 600 movement speed.
He got 600. He's splashing over the walls. He wants it. He can't flash over that wall, unfortunately. Oh, he still wants it, man. He's on all fours.
Oh my god, he's so fast. Holy. Okay, but the W slow, he can live.
It is not good. He's running faster.
He's gonna get his passive back right now, and he gets the E back. And that is a huge team fight victory. As funny as that is, they stall yet again. They don't get the Baron. The Shockwave only lands onto a few. And while the ultimate from Gnar is massive in the back line, Terracrow is doing a huge amount of work. And Big Fable, he wasn't able to get off the Lifeform Disintegration Ray, but it doesn't matter because the bot laner and his top laner are there to kind of secure the game. So barely able to keep themselves in this. Greed backs against the wall. Any kill, anytime you win a fight like that, where, I mean, even when you're behind and you're still going somewhat even with them, that is a massive victory for you. There's just such a discrepancy in terms of items, gold, experience across the board that Bromo Sapiens, they don't have to feel quite, like this game is out of their hands or they may have thrown it. They're still very much in the lead here, but you just need to be able to clean it up, clean up the execution, clean up how to close this game out.
They're in the driver's seat, 100%. And with their summoners coming back up, should be okay. Yasuo was the one who got tackled.
Oh, Camcom?
But Camcom, you don't want to be here, man. Throw that black shoes on yourself. Back away. You're looking good. And he does.
Okay, finds the escape, and now we're gonna do this yet again. We're gonna do Yield Baron dance the entire time. Important to note, Animal will have his TP coming up in a few moments, but will not have Mega Gnar here. Terracrow's gonna do the same now.
Scoon don't give no crap. Scoon walking in, Kurkall coming through. Not gonna get anyone back to stage right, unfortunately. But it does buy time for Animal to go for the split push because he's gonna take that bottom inner turret.
Massive that they're able to get that TP out now, because now they can utilize the TP disadvantage. They can always be pushing down in this bot lane to grab themselves another turret, 6th in the game. And with this Baron going over, this is kind of like the last call, final call. We were talking about exit stage left. Well, pick up your tickets now because Bromo Sapiens, they're on stage and they're looking to, have the last act.
Yeah. I'm going to Act 3 to be true. This is currently Act 2.
I think we're
Act
going
1 was, yeah, it looked like we're going to Act 3. Fable Fable wants to stay on the stage though. I don't know if you want to be here, bro. I don't know if you want to try and fight this. Shockwave's gonna get him clean, and Rune Judge gets snared up. Gonna be falling down from Yasuo. There's 2 more again going through Kohaku. Taking a big dissonance in the face.
Cam, I love Cam so much. Cam's like, guys, please hit the minions. Please hit the turret, guys. I literally, there's 2 minions here. There's like 2 minion waves here with double cannon and Baron. Just hit them. He's like, we don't have to actually kill them. It's not worth it. But that should just be the end of game 1 or game 2. Sorry. This is 29 minutes. They're hitting on double inhibitors, and while their mid laner and jungle are still down for 15 seconds, even on a 5v5, I cannot see a world where they're looking for this. The ultimates are not quite available. They're going to open up the curtain call and look to draw it on them, bringing us to a 1-1 in the series.
Now we're still hitting the Nexus turrets right now. It's only the Nexus already revealed here. Terracrow's going to make a gigantic showstopper to stun all three. Anima's going to be intercepted on the rest of them. But look at that laser. It's only hitting one at the end. It's not really going to matter because at the end of the day, Team Bromo Sapiens are going to take this game too and progress this gigantic stage onto